My name is Mindy Grodowski-Gilmore. I'm a social worker and I've been at Orchard Cove for about 13 years. I've been part of the VITALiTY 360 program from its inception, and it's been an exciting process to see it grow from that time to a real program that the residents are using. VITALiTY 360 has changed my work in many ways. As a social worker working with the older population, the biggest issue is usually loss, and often that's the focus of work you do as a social worker. But with VITALiTY 360, it's given us another avenue to really help the residents look at their goals and turn the things that have been difficult in their life into something to say, oh, I still have something to look forward to.
So when I moved here from New York, basically I lost my whole support system. And I became involved in VITALiTY 360. Was part of a lifesaver for me. Keep me being physically active, getting up in the morning, getting into the swimming pool, and then proceeding to the more intellectual side of my life. Otherwise, I really wouldn't do any exercise. I would probably go home afterwards and read a book, and that would be it. So I found it very comforting, and it really was kind of a supportive system for me.
I think VITALiTY 360 is tremendously important. Having gotten me started in thinking about this, also having me do exercise 5 days a week, which I never would have done otherwise. When I thought of the weaknesses, I thought that's where I should work. But the weaknesses really depended on the strengths. But when my grandson came to visit, and I said to him, you know, I don't know what my strengths are. He said, oh, you have lots of strengths, Granny. And he enumerated a list of strengths. I was going to do my homework and do the strengths. Maybe perhaps I should do weaknesses as well. They might help me improve what I'd like to improve in my goal. My life goal is to be a better person than I am. And it could be physically better, it could be emotionally better. So, you know, in several facets of VITALiTY 360, there's been benefit and hopefully continue to be beneficial.
I was used to the typical one-on-one personal training from my past experience, and then they decided to have me be a part of VITALiTY 360, and that really changed how I worked with the residents here, because it really allowed you to become really in depth into what their life goals were. And because I knew about their life goals and what they were going through in the fitness department when we were doing any type of exercise, I could relate that to their goal. You know, exercise for them, or just the way that I was reacting to them was a lot different. So I think that it really helped me relate better to them and help them, you know, see the goal that they were trying to achieve. And it really has changed the way I am as a person too. I see people a little bit differently. I'm able to empower people instead of just, you know, coddling them and catering to them. And it gives me the confidence later on in life that, you know, yeah, at 90 years old you can exercise, and it's a pretty neat thing, and you can have goals, and it's not about you know, shutting down at a certain age. You can make those goals, you can do the things that you always wanted to do. So it's helped me quite a bit see into my future as well.
I expected to revitalize myself, I would say, and just get back a little bit of the desire to do all the things that I always did before and found a little more difficult. I was tired a lot, and I just had gone down to use the machines a few times, and I just worked into it and just felt that it was going to help me. Well, I just felt more fit. I wasn't as tired. I able to do a lot more than I had been doing without always complaining. Do I recommend it? We talk about it a lot, and we all know that it does help us We all admit that.
I used to go to the gym 3 times a week, and then to the pool 3 times a week. And I was alone. Now, all of a sudden, the place is crowded. I have to practically make an appointment to use one of the machines. I'm joking about it, but it is. The machines are crowded. People do the exercises. And I'm wondering if Vitality 360 didn't stimulate that. People are no longer afraid of the machines. There were a group of us who who volunteered at one time to help people adjust to the machines, to set them and stuff like that, because people were frightened of them or didn't know how to use them. That's no longer true. There's something happening which is very exciting.